Hello Lolas. So I am here with Puckaroo, Puck Santana, and I am going to attempt to get him dressed. I should have gotten a pillow to kind of prop him a little bit, but oh well. So I am going to get him dressed, and don't worry about the stain on my dress because that just means that he threw up on me. I have his diaper here. I'm just going to change him in this onesie and hope that it fit. It's one that bigger babies have kind of wore, and it's kind of stretched out. I have a bottle here. He's drinking little bottles because he hasn't been eating as well. He got a little panicky when he thought that mommy was going to put him up for adoption, but that's not going to happen. And then I have my lubricant for the nipple. So I'm gonna get this little gorgeous little boy dressed while I respond to some of the comments. Although I might have replied to the comments, some of them I thought were very good, good questions. Because you know, sometimes it's funny because people will ask questions that you kind of wonder about other people and other channels sometimes. But one of the questions to me was, do I interact with my babies off camera when I'm not videoing? Like, you know, do I play with them off camera? And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. Like I said before in 1,000 videos, but not all the time, but the reason why I'm so deep into this hobby and collecting these particular types of babies is because, and I refer to them as babies, not as dolls. I know that they're dolls, but I'll get into that next. But the reason why it's such a big deal to me is because when I was younger, trying to get this, make sure this light is better for you guys. But anyway, when I was younger, my grandmother and grandfather took me to a very formal event. But it was at my grandfather. He worked for this lady, and the owner invited us over to their personal home and for Christmas. And I saw so many dolls, and the lady had these lifelike dolls like this. Now I think I was only about 10, displayed all around her house. She had some standing up on the corners. They had different, like, some was holding like baseballs and all this and stuff, and I was so fascinated by it. I remember clenching my grandmother's hand really tight and saying, "Oh my gosh, grandma." And or I think I called my grandma mom back when I was younger, and I said, "Oh my gosh, mommy," you know, and she was like, "Oh, do you see that?" You know, and she was whispering in my ear, and the lady saw it, and I said, "Oh, I love your dolls." And she said, "You seem very fascinated with them." She said, "I'm gonna show you something." She said, come back quietly." She said, "I don't take many people back here, but I'm gonna take you back here." And she took me to this room, and when she opened the door, it was like heaven. She had babies in playpens and on the floor on little pallets, you know, little blankets, and playing, and criers and cribs and bassinets and swings. She had all different sizes, all different types of babies. This was way back when. And I don't know if any of them were silicone back then because I didn't touch them, of course. I just got to see them. But I remember telling my grandmother, I said, when I grow up, I wanna have just as many dolls and have them like this all over the house. And my grandmother said, "We're gonna keep looking for you a realistic doll." And my grandmother did. She kept looking, and she finally found one, but it was a sleeper, and it looked really real for back then. But I got a lot of different, you know, when family would come over, they would say the baby looked like it was dead because it was asleep and the eyes didn't open. And so I would turn it on its stomach when company would come over so that they couldn't, you know, make that comment. Anyway, But that's how I got into, was so heavy and so excited. And when life began to change for me and I was able to afford the dolls, and then as I began to grow with them, you know, the hobby, and get more and more dolls, it was always my dream to be able to really like display them around the house. But then I had a puppy, which is Onyx, and he's still around, and we've had him since he was a couple weeks old. And oh, I didn't know you already had on this type diaper. I don't think I'm gonna change her diaper then. But so my dog, which is, he's 10 pounds, he's a miniature schnauzer, and I, you know, of course he was running around the house. I didn't feel comfortable leaving them, you know, laying around the house. So they had a nursery and everything was there, and that room was always closed off and all this and stuff. And then Gabby came, and then I had, you know, had to give up my nursery, you know, for her, which is not a bad thing. And then they became in my room, and you know, and anyway, my dog lives with my older two girls, and so now you know, it's like completely dog free, and so now I get to put the dolls all over the place like I wanted to, in different places all throughout my house, and I just love it. And so the answer to that question is yes, but maybe I don't play as hard as some people think I do, but I do. What I'm doing now, I will do this at any given point. Sometimes I'm just on the phone with one of my friends that also collect dolls, and we will be talking, and as we're talking, I am dressing the babies, or you know, brushing their hair, or getting them dressed, or moving them around in the house and stuff like that. And sometimes, you know, depending on the baby, I will pick them up and walk through the house or hold them. And especially if Gabby's gone off with her sisters, then I'll get even more time. I have less time than what I used to have with them since Gabby's came, because of course, you know, she's a real child and she needs real attention. So she doesn't. The other question is I get a lot is, how does Gabby feel about the dolls, and does she ever get jealous of the dolls, or does she ever try to play with my dolls? And the answer is no. She does, however, if there's one that she don't particularly like, and I pick that baby up and hold that baby a little bit, she will make excuses to want to get in my lap at the same time. So then I put away the doll and pick her up, unless I'm making a video. If I'm making a video, she have to wait, because I mean, it's not that serious, obviously. But, and I say that because she's just doing it because I'm on video. But usually she don't bother me like that. She's usually doing her own thing, and she don't care what I'm doing at the time, because usually I don't bother with my babies if me and her are, you know, in the middle of interacting. But once she go off to her room and playing something like ABC Mouse on her laptop or something like that, then I will start, you know, fiddling with my babies, my fake babies. So yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I do, and actually I enjoy the interaction with you guys. I enjoy being able to conversate with you guys and comment back and forth and share my opinions and thoughts of the doll world, and you guys be able to talk back to me. But I personally enjoy interacting with my babies, even more so off camera, because it's not awkward. I don't have to worry about if it looks awkward, or if the lighting is right and all that. I just change them on the bed, you know, lay out a blanket, put them there, change them on my bed or whatever. I don't have to be censored when I'm dealing with them, and you know, I'm getting them dressed. I don't have to worry about if you guys can see and all that stuff. So I feel like my interaction with them is, you know, just different. And then the other question that I got, that which, you know, I don't know where it was going, but I put a little bit of KY on the tip of the nipple. Oh, one thing about Gabby, though, I will say, is that she was really fascinated with the little baby because of the size. And she did ask indeed to hold that one. But since he's been here, she just like, you know, try to watch him and stuff like that. But she don't touch him. And now, actually, after the first day, she don't even look for him anymore. She's like moved on. But the other question was, do I ever like look at them and wish that they would respond or get a reaction or a real response from them, you know, or like they would basically like become alive, I guess. And like I told you, I've loved Puck so much that he does blink sometime. He does move sometime. He is my Pinocchio. He cools, you know. Sometime when he poops, I can hear him, you know, make the little bubbling noises in his diaper. Just kidding. Girl, what? No, no, seriously though, I never wish that they would come alive. I've never wished ever that they come alive, because it might sound harsh, it might sound cruel, but I absolutely, honestly, don't care for kids like that. I love children. I will give to children, but I don't want like a house full of kids like running around, pooping, screaming, hollering, needing their diaper changed, having to be fed every 2 hours. No, absolutely not. Actually, and I'll be honest with you guys, this is so funny. I love babies, like buying from them. I like holding them for, you know, but when my babies was this small, they were all daddies, mostly. We had our phases. Like, he was good at getting up in the middle of the night. Not saying that I didn't do my motherly duty, but he got up in the middle of the night. He changed diapers. You know, I did that too. He sterilized bottles. When we was going somewhere, he did a lot of the packing and getting them in and out of the car, all the parts that I didn't care for. And then as they got older, I was hands-on. I was the one, you know, doing this part and that part and blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, we balanced each other out. But I definitely, the answer to that question is definitely not. I don't sit and imagine them becoming real. I remember it was a tag coming up, and it was like, you know, which baby would you want to come alive and all this, and how do you think they would be? I can do that when I, you know, force myself to think that way. But just on a regular, when I'm like holding Puck and loving on him, I don't think that I've ever like said, I wish he start moving or something, or, you know, I think that is the psychological part that some people say can be more harmful to people, like, you know, that may be craving the loss of a baby or craving to be able to have a real life experience with a child or something like that. I think when you cross over that to that direction, I think the dolls would be more of a negative impact than positive if you go to beginning to want them to become real, because they're not, and that's not going to happen. And even though I joke about him being my Pinocchio, it's never going to happen. And I would never think that. And I don't think a lot of the ladies actually do. But, you know, and if you do, that's fine. But yeah, no, I don't do that. I strictly love them for what they are. The art, the dolls in them, that they're lifelike dolls and they look real. I love the way they feel. There are the realism and the aspects of them that are so baby-like that is more than just a regular doll to me. It does give you more of a regular feeling. When I go to Walmart and pick up a doll, I can literally drop that doll and not flinch. You know what I mean? If I was to drop Puck, my whole heart would fall in my stomach. You see what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if I go in Walmart, in the middle of Walmart, and drop an American Doll or a Baby Alive, everybody's just going to be like, that doll's broke, you know. But if I go in there and drop Puck in the middle of Walmart, I can guarantee you the whole store is going to shake. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be surrounded by people and really get some attention. Now, will I go do that? No, but maybe since I've said it now, somebody will go and do it. But I can't do it. Spend too much money on my babies, and I love them too much, and I wouldn't want a damaged doll. So, but yeah. So no, I've never want them to come alive. But anyway, guys, I am going to, I never bring bibs. I don't do bibs. I don't know why. I don't even know if I ever really put my real babies on bibs. And I know that sounds crazy, but I might have. But I don't think I really did. I think I used burping cloths more than I did bibs. So, he got a big head, just like my son did. It's a fat head. See, I got a fat head, mommy. But yeah. So, alright guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, like, and comment below. And I hope to see you guys maybe Sunday. I will let you guys know tomorrow if there will be Court TV Sunday. All right. Did you take out the KY on your mouth? Wiggle wiggle. Oh. Watcha. Oh my goodness. All right, guys.